Okay, I think I'm gonna stand better. Um, Good afternoon. My name is Lola. Well, you're very far away. As Javier said, I work in an NGO called CERAI, which stands for International Center for Rural and Agriculture Studies. And I'm introducing a subject which was not talked today, which is food sustainability in smart cities. Okay, so when I started to prepare this lecture, first of all, I was wondering what's a smart city when we talk about food? Because maybe we know or we can imagine what a smart city is. We talked a lot about water, energy, ICTs, and etc. But we didn't talk about food. Okay, so I started to look in the internet, and I found many definitions of what a food smart city is. But I chose one, and maybe, okay, perfect. Which is from the West Midlands universities that are working in a project called Food Smart City in the UK. And this definition says a food smart city, it's a city that uses its potential to maximize the social, economic, and environmental benefits of its food system, while also supporting its rural area and contributing towards global food security and sustainability. Okay? So we have three levels: social, economic, and environmental level when we are talking about a food smart city. So in CERAI, we work in these three levels. I'm going to put this easier for me. Okay. In the social, economic, and environmental level. I'd like to show you some of the aspects that define each level, not trying to do an exhaustive definition, but just pointing out the more important aspects and showing you some of our work, since this space is for best practices or good practices, let's say. So, if we talk about the social level, let's do this. To have a food smart city, we at least should work on these three levels that we have here. First of all, we should work on the urban food production in the cities and around. We're talking about maybe food gardens, maybe. And well, we work with social community gardens, which are abandoned plots or public spaces that are used by population groups in risk of social exclusion or community groups to grow food. Okay? And we want to have an impact working with these groups in their food sovereignty and security, and also in their self-management and participation abilities, which are essential for any sustainability. And I'd like to show you some examples of our work with these groups. We have given technical assistance and training for population groups in risk of social exclusion. This could be unemployed people, long-term unemployed people, migrants, etc. And well, we have here a beautiful picture of our pupils. And these projects have been financed by Kutxabank, which is a bank, in 2013 and 2014. Also, we've been working with this population also in another training sessions, more short sessions and more practical, as you can see, in a little project funded by Caritas and Kutxabank also. We've been working with the African Women Association of Paterna, which is a town near Valencia, in the identification of their association problems and giving some solutions. And with this, we made 3 or 4 workshops with them. And with this information, we were able to formulate a project to La Caixa, which is another bank, to ask them for money to develop these solutions. We had worked with them, And for the moment, we're waiting to see if they give us the money or not. Hope they do. Also, we've been promoting the creation of a social gardens network, because we think it's very important for these associations that work with this population groups in risk of social exclusion, to be connected and to exchange experiences and knowledge. So we think a network would be very positive for them. So here you see a picture of a Social Gardens Association's meeting we made last year. And well, we're still working on the network. It's not a network itself, but we hope someday will be. So that for the social community gardens. I don't want that you think this is all we are doing or the only things we're doing. I'm just giving some examples, okay, and later we can give more information about them. So this for the first aspect of the social level. What would we do to have a food smart city? We would work on having better access to local products, okay? What are we doing in this aspect? We are reinforcing the local production and the local farmers' organizations. Because with that, we would have an impact on the sustainable development of La Huerta, which is a territory around the city of Valencia, very rich culturally, and the land is very rich. There are many economic activities there related with agriculture. So we are reinforcing this local production and the local farmers' organization. And as an example, we see here a farmers' meeting that we made last year also, and we are helping them to organize through a participatory warranty system. Okay, that if you are interested, we can talk later. And also we are promoting solidarity-based organic purchase groups. Okay, grupos de consumo responsable in Spanish. And again, we want to have an impact on the self-management and participation abilities of the citizenship, which we think is very important, and we don't have a lot of disabilities nowadays. And I want to give you a very good example, because the university is involved, and it's called La Cistella Responsable UPV, responsible basket, we could say in English, and the Polytechnic University is involved. And well, okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. This is like an example of good practice that we started to develop last year. Which are the actors of this experience? On one hand, we have the UPV, okay, because it's the place where this is happening. We have the responsible group, purchase group, Grupo de Consumo de Vera, which is a group of people that buy directly food from local farmers. We have the CERAI Foundation, which work with disabled people. I don't know if disabled is a very nice word to say, but well, that was the word I found. And they want to put together all these actors, okay? And CERAI, we've been working in the design of the idea, okay, of the whole system. So, how does it work? How does it work? Okay. Now, why did we think about this? This was thought to put in contact many potential consumers, because the UPV staff rises to around 3,000 people. Imagine, 3,000 potential consumers we have in one university. And to put in contact these potential consumers with the organic local farmers. We always work with organic agriculture, okay? And give some work to the people involved with the CERAI Foundation. So the purchase group had the farmers' contacts, okay? They made this online formulary. Okay. Form, okay, questionnaire, let's say. They made this online questionnaire and it was sent to all the UPV staff, and more or less around 100 people was interested in participating in the responsible basket. So to start little, they started with 15 people that was going to fill up the questionnaire every week to ask for their food to these local farmers. And the people from the CEDAT Foundation would take these baskets to the consumers' offices inside the university. Okay, so we have the cycle closed. And this started, I'm not sure when it was started, but maybe last year, around Christmas, maybe, or November, more or less, a year ago. And now they went up to 30 consumers. They have on list around 50. They are asking for 30 baskets, more or less, weekly. And they have more than 80 people waiting in the waiting list to get bigger. Okay, so just this is an example of group work that it's been very successful, and it has a huge potential. Okay, for the local farmers, we have 3 local farmers at the moment, but if we had, I don't know, 200 people, imagine, we would need more local farmers working there. And well, already 30 people that are asking for food weekly. So it has lots of potential, let's say. Okay, so this is to get better access to local products. Okay, and the third pillar would be to work on the food waste reduction and reuse this food for social canteens and families. At the moment, we are not working on this pillar because we didn't have the opportunity yet, but we'd be delighted to start working if you have any ideas. So I'm not going inside this one. Okay, so this is for the social level. What about the economic level? Well, we are working on the promotion and support. Well, a food smart city should work on the promotion and support of new initiatives and enterprises at the agri-food sector. And what we are doing, one of the things we are doing, is we are supporting the creation and development of new farmers markets. Okay, and we're supporting the farmers markets that already exists. Just to mention one activity we did, we helped the Council of Alboraya, which is also a town very close to Valencia, to do the presentation of their farmers market, organic farmers market, last year in November, so a year ago, more or less. And we were working with them in the preparation of this campaign and doing some activities during the day of the presentation, etc. That's as an example. And what about the environmental level? Well, I started saying we work with organic agriculture, so that's all I have to say. We support and promote the small organic and local farming. I think conventional agriculture is not sustainable, it's not smart as an activity. So for the environment and to promote sustainability for the agriculture, I think the only way it's organic agriculture and local farming. Maybe not organic, but local. Well, we are working there, local and organic, okay? And well, again, we are reinforcing the participatory guarantee systems as a way to reinforce the local farmers organization. Here we have 2 examples, the participatory warranty system of Ecoyaures, and another one more south, which is called MESBO, plus BO, very good, would say in English. And it's an interesting system for the organization of local farmers. Okay, so that's for the 3 levels we found in the definition, but we're not only working in these 3 levels, but we are also working in a 4th level, which we find is absolutely necessary, and this is the political level. What are we doing in this level? Well, we are trying to reinforce more sustainable local laws. let's say. And we are working in new local laws or better local laws, in local production, local and sustainable school canteens, local public procurement, and short supply chains. And in these aspects, for the short supply chains, I have an example which I think it was very successful. And it's a workshop, a short supply chain normative workshop we did last year, this year in February in Valencia. And the results of this workshop were a list of recommendations for what do we need to do a better law, for a better short supply chain normative. And we had this paper that we, in May, we had local elections, municipality elections in Spain. And we went to all the political parties with this list, like knocking on the door, hello, we have a proposal, tin, 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 tin. And most of the parties, let's say, not all of them, of course, but most of them in their, how do you say, sus propuestas de partido? The programs, their electoral programs, yeah. We would say. They were talking about sustainable school canteens, organic agriculture, local farming, farmers markets. So this was an advocacy, very good work. Okay, so that's just to let you know. We have kind of, and well, as we had a change in the government, now we are working with the government to make this real, just not let it only in the programs, but to real life, exactly. And another thing, okay, what about school canteens? Well, this is an advocacy work we did with Godella, which is another town near Valencia. And the council called us to make this working group to discuss about school canteens. This is an activity we did in Godella. And they wanted to, the objective was to have more sustainable school canteens in the public schools. So we've been all last year working with them, having meetings with the schools, making workshops in the schools, having meetings with the council, with the schools, all together, with the farmers, Godella's farmers, women Godella's farmers, which is great. And well, the result is now this working group is talking with the enterprises, with the enterprise that supplies the food canteens. So normally, during this year, we'll have real changes. So this is another successful advocacy work, I would say. So that for the political level. So, okay, so this is all I wanted to tell you about our work on the food sustainability in smart cities. So to close my presentation, I'll say that I hope we already know that we are what we eat. And if we want to be smart, we should eat smart, okay? And to eat smart is to produce smart, to consume smart, and to organize both parts smartly. And well, as you said, so that's what we are trying to do. Thank you very much.